Well, hello, Stampers. It's the Pampered Stamper, and happy Wednesday to you. It's time for Stamping Through My Stash. My name is Jackie Vandersar Boot, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada and in Europe. And that means you can shop with me in either market, but under different demonstrator numbers. And, I have to run two businesses. It's not like I can combine them under one, unfortunately. But anyway, I'm really happy that I can do this because I live a rather unusual life. I'm a Canadian married to a Dutchman who travels back and forth a lot to visit five kids, five grandkids, my 91-year-old mom, friends, teammates, you name it, the whole shebang. And life is good. And today I'm going to share with you a Dutch stamp set called Stralende Kerst, which is the Dutch version of Merry and Bright. Now, I really wish I had both because it's a stamp set that I wasn't going to get, and it's kind of a funny story, and I shouldn't even tell it. But let's take a look. And here it is. And I'm going to show you the catalog as well, if I can find it. Just 1 minute. And I'm going to tell you the story. I can't help it. So here is the catalog with the samples. And this one sample card, this one right here, was on the Norwegian cruise, on the incentive trip. And less than 1% of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators earned that trip. And I was so thrilled to be able to take Gerard on this trip. But there was quite a lot of laughter going on in there's a room, kind of a hospitality suite that we can go to as demonstrators. And there's samples up there, and we chat and we laugh and we meet each other. And people were saying, oh my word, does that stamp remind you of what it reminds me of? And yeah, they thought it looked like a used condom. So that color, the skin tone color, and just yeah. So I thought, I can't get the stamp set. That image just wouldn't go out of my mind. But then I'm so glad I did because I realized it was available in Dutch, and there aren't that many stamp sets available in Dutch. And I love the words. So here is what I did. I stamped them all already, and just the words. And I'm going to be lazy. I'm not going to stamp them all for you. I'm going to stamp some of the images, the ones that need some explanation, and I'm going to show you all the matching dies. And I should probably show you the paper too. There's some really, really nice foil paper too in Melon Mambo and Parakeet Party, which is just stunning. And I'm going to make a treat holder with you and a card. So that's why I'm not going to do all the stamping or we'll be here all day. So just forget about the condom. Here is the paper, and you can see that the paper has Christmas patterns and just regular patterns that would be great for birthdays and stuff too. So let's get started. I'm going to show you, and you'll get a little Dutch lesson too. Um, so the word I have on here is called stralend, and the trick is, here, there's a hair on there. When you have photopolymer stamps, lay them flat on your table and then pick them up with your block. And that way they aren't going to be bent in a funny shape. Now that's super important if you're using like the bear punch and the bear stamp set. You want to make sure you lay that bear flat on your table and then pick it up with your block, or it might not fit perfectly in your punch. Okay, so that I had a question about that the other day. I'm going to use black for the stralende. Well, you know what? No, let's go with color. We're going to use blueberry bushels. No, maybe not. Parakeet Party, because it's stralende, which means sparkling. So I want something bright. Let's see if this works. Tap, tap, tap. And, well, I didn't do a very good job. It's almost too small, so I got to rock it a little bit this way. There, that's better. And I should clean that before I take it off my block. So I have this Simply Chamois, which looks disgusting, but I promise you it is clean. This is what it looks like after lots of use and lots of rinsing. It comes when you buy it. It's a really lovely, soft purple, kind of a Highland Heather look. Okay, so now I have this. I love the look of this, and it also looks great when you emboss it in black on white or the other way around. It's a fun type of, see, so stralende cast, sparkling Christmas. So it's kind of nice, and you can also, yeah, you can combine the words any which way you want. Then we have a big long line, and we have I can't even think. Help me. What is this? This is a ornament, vintage ornament. So I'm going to do the long dangly one first. We did have those kind of ornaments on my first Christmas tree when I was like in the 70s. I think that's what it's a flashback to then, or a throwback, not a flashback. Okay, so we're going to stamp the other ornament beside it. This is in Sweet Sorbet. Then we have this topper, which I'm going to do in, I wish we had a silver stamp. We don't, so maybe I'll do it in Smoky Slate. I kind of think it needs to be metallic. I guess it doesn't. Let's switch it up. We'll just make it colorful. Here, that's cute. And then, I've already lost my chamois once. I have a lot of things laying on my desk. I've done a lot of playing here, and now this one is going to go here. I can see this is kind of has a bit of a Grinch feel to it, doesn't it? I know one person on my team who is a huge Grinch fan. She makes me smile every time. Okay, so now there's this little, looks like a, can you see it? It's kind of like sunshine rays. I'm just going tone on tone here. See, that gives a bit of a sparkle look to it. And then for the other one, they have like, do you remember that little, I think it's called a filament when you have a light bulb and that little thing that makes it glow. Take a look. And there's two sizes for this. So there's, oops, I didn't stamp that very well. There, oh, I can't believe I got it on there. There's also a bigger one. So let's do the red again. Here. And then there's the bigger one. I need a bigger block, see? And it's gonna go like so. And this is only gonna get more interesting, I tell you. This is a great set. I've got a big block. This block is too big, but look at that. Oh, I keep missing that one corner. There, well, that one wasn't as perfect, but it even looks nice with the shadow. So we have those things, and then there's a tiny little star, which is really nice for making backgrounds. I'm going to use Blueberry Bushel for this one. Let's kind of, this whole, okay, do you see how I'm doing all my stamps a bit off? So you can just go like so and make a lovely little background with the stars. So the star is a really nice little feature to this thing. And now, I'm going to show you another thing. There is also this long stripy thing, and that's a thing. I'm going to flip this over, and we'll stamp it in Parakeet Party. I'm going to go this way because otherwise it's too long for my cardstock. But see, you could use it like this, and then you could put your why can't I think? Your ornaments. No, not ornaments. Your Christmas lights. I'm telling you, too much on my brain today. Or you could make a pattern, and that has nothing to do with Christmas. See, look. That just popped into my head now. That's why. See, my brain was probably moving ahead to my next thought already. Look at this. Like so. See, that looks pretty neat. And then I'll put in a red one. I should have some scrap paper underneath, but I don't. And we could also, this is like repeating the pattern, but I could have flipped my here. I'm gonna have to clean my desk. Look at that. I was being really careful so that I didn't get it on my desk and only on the paper, and I did quite well. There. Anyway, you can see how that looks pretty cool too. So the stamp set does have possibilities, and that's why I do stamping through my stash. The purpose is to ink up all your stamps, first of all, to make sure that they work properly, and the same thing with your dies. You have a 3-month window of opportunity to return them if you're not pleased for some reason. And the other thing is it gives you inspiration. You're going to get excited about using the stamp set in more ways than what you thought. Have you ever had it that you had a stamp set that you forgot to ink up, and then later on you did, and by the time you did it, the coordinating paper, the coordinating embellishments were all gone, and you thought, oh, I wish I had discovered this stamp set earlier so that I would have known how nice it was. So that's the point of stamping through my stash. So are you ready now to see all the dies that go with this set? I'm just closing up my ink pads because you know what can happen. I'm gonna get my elbow in or my nice white sweater. Don't want that to happen. So anyway, I hope you leave me some comments on the video if you like it. Give me a thumbs up, share on social media. That makes me super happy. Okay, so we have this die, and we have this long one, and then we have this. And before I get any further, I'm going to show you what those look like. Okay, we have this one and this one, and then these are really cool. I'm just going to move these up a little bit. It gives you a thin little, it's kind of like a ribbon, but paper. And you could also put an adhesive sheet in behind there and then cut them out, and then you'd have stickers, and you could make a textured background with just those lines. That's pretty cool too. Then I'm just going to move these out of the way. I'm going to do something with those dies. I've had an idea. There's 2 to cut out the lights. I didn't call them ornaments this time. There's 2 of the skinny lights. Then there's 4 of these, and I'm really happy about that. Look at that. At first I was upset because I thought there was only 2 of this one and only 1 of that one, and I thought, why wouldn't Stampin' Up! Give us 2 of each? Guess what? They did. So super happy about that. Then we have these little guys, and I'm going to show you because I thought, oh, what's that for? And we have a little star, and I have not cut these out yet, the little filaments. Okay, we might do that yet. So take a look. We have, I'm going to try to show you something. Here is the ornament. That is done in Azure Afternoon. Here we have one done in Lost Lagoon, and then it has this little die cut out of it. And here it is in the, remember I was telling you about the beautiful foil paper? Here's the Parakeet Party, and here is the Melon Mambo. So we have those, and then take a look. We have there's one, and there's one. You know what, I'll put them here, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see a little bit better. Okay? I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's somebody power washing outside, and I'm hoping you guys don't hear that noise. Okay, so now we can see what these look like. So this silver sparkly stuff, that is our silver, it comes silver and gold adhesive backed paper, and it's beautiful. So when you cut them out, I purposely cut a 1-inch strip, and then you can just lay them all like so and run them through your die cutting machine, and then you have 4 at a time right away. So I like to do that, and then I can make ornaments, and then I stamp a bunch. So you can just peel off the backing, and then you have this great ornament. See, so there. And then you can decide which ones you like better. Oh yeah, here I am looking everywhere for this one, and it's right in front of my face. Okay, so here. And then I'll show you a couple of other things. I also use the skinny die to just cut them out of plain cardstock, so you don't have to stamp at all. You can just do them like this. Do I have any more silver little thingies? I do, so watch. Just gonna get this backing off. It's really sturdy, the silver, so that's nice. There we go. See, that looks super, super cute too. And then you can also, here I did it in Lost Lagoon, and then I also stamped in Versamark on here, and I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, see how it's kind of shiny? So it looks kind of wet, but it does get pretty dark. This is just Versamark and then clear embossed on Lost Lagoon, but you can see how much darker it is. It almost looks like peacock, pretty peacock. So there you go. What else do I have to say? Okay, yes, here, look. The stars are really nice. So I'm going to use them as, oops, they're not even in the picture. Let's get out of here. There we go. So here we have the stars in the foil and in the silver. So you can see how you can make something really pretty with that. Yeah. So that's fun. Okay, I think we're ready to make something. What do you think? Let's see. Okay, I thought I would show you these dies as well. I haven't done that. And remember I told you that one was bigger than the other? Now I've taken the adhesive backing off already, so the bigger one goes on the bigger ornament, see? And then the little one goes on the skinnier ornament. And then, let's see, it doesn't matter which one you pick. There goes the top. And then I thought I had taken the backing off, but I didn't. Maybe I did. So you just, there. I have a hard time with this because my nails are super short. There. So that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So there's lots of options with the dies and the stamps. Okay, so I want to show you what you could do with these dies if you didn't want to leave them white. You could also cut them out of a different color, but I'm going to use our blends for a minute. And I have here, let's have a look, Azure Afternoon, and they come in light and dark. And I have Parakeet Party, and I have Melon Mambo. And our inks are on sale from the Tuesday, November 14th. When you're watching this, it will be November 15th. And the sale goes to November 16th. So it's called the seasonal sale, 10 to 20% off paper, ink, cardstock, all from the annual catalog. So this is the time to get all those new colors. So I'm excited about that. I'm going to use the brush tip just because it's quick. And look, I don't want to get, I want to leave the white there. So just going straight across so that the white stays white. And then I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just wanted to show you how you could make this really cute. And again, it doesn't have to be Christmas. It could be kind of a look for streamers or something. I don't know. You can leave some white. You could just do some Wink of Stella to make them sparkly. Yeah, it looks really nice. And then there's two shades too. So here's the lighter one. I don't know how much lighter it is. Oh yeah, it's a fair bit lighter. So you get two colors. Isn't that nice? And then you can do the same. So those are the skinny lights. And then these are the darker ones. I mean, the darker ones. Oh, Jackie, your language today. These are the round, old-fashioned lights that if you grew up in, I was born in 1967, and so they've made a comeback, these lights. You can get them again. So this is the light Melon Mambo, and it almost looks, what's the word for it? Neon. So I like the dark one better. And you could get Sweet Sorbet in there. You could just, if you want to pick the colors that are in the paper, sorry, I'm totally off screen again. Here we go. Although you're probably not looking at my face, you're looking at what I'm doing here. So it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? So I will turn that into another card. That's another thing where you have, if you put that in your case when you're done, then even if you didn't get around to doing it today, you have something that you can pick up on later. So there's another inspiration for this great set. Now, I want to show you something I made. Oh, look, this came apart. This is a cute little gifty thing, so I'm just going to tie the ribbon around it. I'm going to show you how I made this one. This one is sideways, even though the other ones are all going the other way. I accidentally cut the paper the wrong way. So there's no such thing as a mistake. It's an embellishment opportunity. And let's have a look. See, I had a really pretty one. Here we go. See, here it is the other way. And it's okay, but really they should go this way. So I thought, okay, we're going to do this in a different, with here, with polka dots. And then I just tied a loop. I'll show you in a minute. See, that knot should be in behind. There we go. Now you don't see it. All right, are you ready? We're going to start with a circle punch. Okay, so you're gonna, this is even a little bit crooked. So you punch out your circle. I should show you, right? So we're taking our 2 3/8 inch circle punch, and I believe this is an online exclusive. Take your white cardstock, slide it in, and punch it out. Okay, then we're going to take our paper trimmer and just lay it on the paper trimmer so that it's even. So there's the 1 inch, a little bit there. Oops. And if it's not perfect, that's okay, because there's a front and a back and you're not going to see both sides at the same time. So close it, press hard on the arm, and then with the light gray, that's the scorer. Now you've scored it in half. Okay. And then with the, here, let's do another one of these. I'm going to do the same thing with the beautiful sparkle paper that I hadn't shown you. This is the Melon Mambo, and this is the Parakeet Party. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing with these. So circle, and you don't want to waste, so you see how close I got. And then those little corners that are left over, the little star fits in there perfectly, so you can cut the little star die cuts out of that corner. See, I saved my pieces. I made a bunch of these for swaps. See, and I saved my pieces, and then I cut little stars, or you could even cut the little tops for your lights. So now we're going to do the same thing, except instead of scoring, I'm going to cut this one in half. So lay it down again, put it in. See, you can see the line for the 1 inch. We want it past that. We're almost at 1 1/4. There. There. Close it, press down on that arm, and cut it in half. Now we have 2 pieces. And now we're going to take the white circle, fold it in half, like so, and it's going to go like this. This is going to be the top of our little bag. And so let me find my stamp set. I need it again. Okay, so I'm going to take Sweet Sorbet, tap, 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 and then this says in Dutch, liefs van ons, which means love from us. Now, you can see that mine's a little bit crooked. It doesn't matter. Kids are going to be thrilled that we're getting a treat. So now I'm going to, on the back of this part, add some adhesive. Okay, I'm using, oops, that was the end of it. That one's empty. Okay, so now I'm going to lay this on here, like so. So I have a little bit of that Melon Mambo sticking out on either side. There. Now, and look, it's not perfect either, although, you know what? This is the other part that's sticking out. I should have showed you earlier. It doesn't matter. So now, so we've done this part. The circle, the 2 3/8 inch circle punch cut in half has been done. Then we have our paper, and it's 6 inches by 3 inches, scored at 2 3/4 and at 1 3 1/4. So scored at 2 3/4 and 3 1/4. And then you just fold on those lines, so, and then it's really too bad that I ran out. I'm going to see if I have a refill. No refill, so I'm going to use tear and tape. This is a case where liquid adhesive wouldn't be a great idea. So I'm putting some tear and tape right at the top in the inside of my little treat holder thing. This is just a small piece of cardstock, right? 3 inches by 6 inches, scored at 2 3/4 and at 3 1/4. That gives a little 1/2 inch bottom so it can stand up. Now, I have a treat here somewhere on my desk. I found these at the grocery store and I ate one. I have to admit that. Here we go. Look how cute this is. And it actually even has the colors, the blue and the red and the Parakeet Party. But, and it's also something that's not necessarily Christmas. So here we go. I'm going to fold that over. And I'm going to tuck it in so that it doesn't slide out of my treat holder. There. And then this bottom also tucks in, but I don't have to adhere that. Now we just fold it shut. And now we're going to take this, and before we put this on, I want to take a length of ribbon. Okay, so I thought this would look cute with it. And again, not Christmas, right? So we're taking about 10 inches, but enough that I can loop it. So it's kind of like a purse holder. Now I need my good scissors. I can't find my good scissors, so I'm going to use my paper scissors and hope it works. It did. So now I've got all my ends together. I'm going to grab them and just tie them into a knot. Tuck it through, pull, pull. There. I can trim this up a little bit. There. And now I'm just going to open this up like so. Loop it around, kind of halfway, it doesn't matter. It's just out of the way. And now we're going to glue this on. And I can use liquid adhesive here, okay? So I'm just going to do that on the back first. Although, you know what? I'm going to do it all at the same time. Little tricky. Make sure your ribbon is out of the way. Sorry. I'm going to lay this on close to the fold. See? Just going to press it for a minute. Just give it a bit of time. It doesn't take long. That way it won't be sliding around. I'm just going to press that down. And I just love the idea of making a simple treat holder like this because it's not expensive. So you can surprise and delight someone and it doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. It's more fun than just giving them the candy. They get to open something, which makes it feel more special. And it uses your paper because sometimes we drown in paper because we love it so much and we feel guilty about that, and that's silly. You should just enjoy all the pretty pattern paper and then find great ways to use it other than just cards. So now I'm pushing that up so that it meets. Make sure your corners are even and then just fold this over. See, and you have a little bit more time because it's liquid to slide it into place. Make sure there. I'm just going to hold on to that for a minute. And then our ribbon is in there somewhere. We can just slide it up. I'm pressing pretty hard on my I think it went around the back. Well, we'll worry about that later. We'll figure that out. And it's in the front here and it's on the back. There we go. I figured it out. There, see? So now we've just pulled that up. And then to finish it off, I mean, you could leave it like that, but it looks just a little bit blah. So I'm going to bring in a little parakeet party star and see how the coordination, the ribbon and the star is exactly the same. So I'm just going to put a little dot of adhesive and then I'm going to bring in the final pièce de résistance. And that is that there are coordinating embellishments with this suite. See, so here we have the little star and we can add a silver star if I can find them. I found the stars, they were under a pile, so I've got a silver star. And you know, you could put one on either side to cover up the fact that those circles don't match perfectly, although I can guarantee that your child is not going to notice that. But there we go. And then look, we have these. And they are called iridescent adhesive back discs. Zelfklevende platte rondjes met regenboogglans. So they call that a rainbow shine instead of iridescent. That's kind of cute, isn't it? So, and then the best part is this. When you open it up, there's some hiding. The green ones. Isn't that fun? I know, I'm like a little kid. So because they're adhesive backed, I just like using my pick-me-up tool and then just sliding them off. And then you can just add them randomly on your little bag just for, now this is the trickiest part, is where to put them. And which one have I not used yet? The green one. See, I put way too much thought into this. Here, we'll put another one close by. And pink one, Melamambo. See, I'm dithering. I'm dithering and I don't like that. Anyway, so here we have our cute little confetti. So that's really cute. Now we still have to make a card. You want to do this or have I bored you? I hope not. So anyway, these are going to be my little swaps for an event that I'm going to on Saturday. I think that on Instagram I may have seen, who is it? Diana. So I would say Diana, but in Dutch they say Diana. Van Otterlo, she did this with a fold over and it was a cute little thing. And I think her circle was smaller. It doesn't look anything like that, but that is where I got the idea of folding the circle in half. So thanks, Diana, for the inspiration. Okay. So now it's time for our card. And remember, I did that thing with the loopy stamp. I want to use that. Okay, so you see here, this is the product of the benefits of stamping through my stash. I already had all these, um, how shall I say it, lights. I keep forgetting the name there. I just went and made it brighter. I wonder if that made a difference for you. Um, I had all these Christmas lights already cut, so all I had to do was stamp that on, and I'm laying them out, and you're going to find that you have your favorite shades of green and blue and yellow. So stamp them in all the blues and all the yellows and all the greens to make sure that you get your favorite ones that make you remember what it was like to be a kid at Christmas. So I have those, and then now I'm going to cut some of these out, and I might stamp a new one because I want a beautiful blue. Take a look here. See, here I have this gorgeous blueberry bushel, and then I have the parakeet party in the red, and I love that combination. And then, do you see the words at the top? It says Beste Wensen, and that really means best wishes. And that's what people say instead of Happy New Year. In a card, they might say Gelukkig Nieuwjaar, which means happy, or yeah, it means lucky New Year, really, or Happy New Year. But they don't say that. They all say Beste Wensen. And so this was like new for me. My Dutch was old Dutch. I knew the Dutch from the 1950s, from when my parents immigrated. So I learn, I'm always learning. So I thought it would be fun to use these that I've already cut out. And then you just go like so. I'm leaving a little white edge, and then I could play. So I thought I would write on the top, stralende kerst. So like so, I'm going to put that there. En een gelukkig nieuwjaar. And then the nieuwjaar is in parakeet party. And I found out that the lemon lime twist has just a slightly brownish tinge to it compared to the parakeet party. So I like that color better. And here, and then I want to do that in a different color. And then the gelukkig I like, it's in Melon Mambo. So it's, you can see how if you have a bunch of these stamped already, how easy it is to make a card. So that's why I say do lots of stamping. And then, now we're going to do the gelukkig. I'm going to just take this piece of white. Well, not gelukkig. And so I have to find that. All right, so here we go. So it's fun to play with the color combinations to see what makes you happy. There, that's fairly dark. And that's too light. I like the dark one. So that's the one I'm going to use. Yeah, sometimes it turns out a little darker, and sometimes it's a little lighter, depending on how well you've inked up your stamp. But this is a good reminder to see that, you know, your ink pads will give you more than one color. Okay, sometimes we forget that. And sometimes a color that you don't like so much. A lot of people didn't like the wild wheat. Well, if you stamp the wild wheat off, you get a whole different color, and it's lovely. So don't forget about the sale on all those colors. Now is the time, stock up on your cardstock. Get the thick white, get the thick vanilla. If you haven't used that before, it really makes a difference for your card base. You get a much sturdier card. Okay, so I'm going to grab this, and this would be either 4 inches by 5 1/4, or it's 10 centimeters by 14.35. Oh, and you know what else I want to do? I need to stamp something yet. Stralende. Now I have to admit, I've hardly used Azure Afternoon at all. So when I found out that it was the perfect color for my retro my light, I was quite happy. So I'm going to do it right here. Stralende, sparkling Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And we're going to just put these on. And this also works for, I thought about this, but I'm not going to do it. But you can also just hook them on this white, see, and have all your lights, and you could put it on a darker background. That looks really cool too. But I wanted to use the stamped image. And I'm not popping them up. I'm going to go a little bit off the edge here, because that will work, because I'm putting a little mat on it. That just adds some interest. Okay. So I'm glad that despite the negative connotation I had with the one stamp, I went and got this anyway, because the words are amazing, and these ornaments, honestly, I get some pretty powerful associations with with stamps, you know, childhood memories, images, colors, textures, smells. They all evoke strong memories. So that's nice. And if you give this card to somebody, it will do the same thing. Oh, that one's down already. And I'm thinking to pop this one up, just that the loop seems to be going forward. So I'm going to pop that one up. And then I'm going to do them all. And then I did have a little tip for when you're stamping the ornament. When you cut it out with the die, there's extra room. So make sure you leave that extra room, or you're not going to have room in your paper for it. Maybe I'll show you that. But I think this video might be going a little bit longer than what we thought. And then I'm going to take these off for a minute, put them on the card, and then I'm going to decide if I need to pop those up or not. So just a little squiggle of liquid adhesive. And then on a thick, basic white card base. This would be fun to do on a colorful one as well, but I like the classic white on white. I think it makes the rest of it really pop. Doesn't that look great? Okay, so now I'm going to get mini dimensionals. Okay, so I put them dimensionals on already so you wouldn't have to watch me struggle. Stralende kerst. I can even do it like, no, I'm going to do it straight. Stralende kerst en een gelukkig nieuwjaar. Oh, I screwed up. I was going to say don't press hard, but I did. I forgot the lucky. Otherwise it would say Happy Christmas and a New Year. Well, that's kind of silly, isn't it? So here we go. We'll put one on either side. And then the trick, if I can find it, yes, to get those little backings off is give them a little press. So you make a divot, and then it actually isn't so bad. I was just being dramatic. I can do that sometimes. Okay, so now we're going to make some room. En gelukkig. Oh, I'm going to run out of room again. Sheesh kebabs on a fiddlestick. Okay, move it over. Good thing I didn't press hard. And gelukkig. And it's okay if they're not perfectly straight. It kind of adds to the wonky feel of it. There. Doesn't that look like just a fun, happy card? Would you not be happy to get that in the mail? If you're like a real sparkly person, you could add some of that bling that I was showing you earlier and can't find now because my desk is too messy. But I think that might be just a bit much. So I'm happy with the card. I'm happy with the cute little treat holders. And I hope you are too. I hope I've inspired you. Happy stamping, happy shopping, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Have a super day. Bye.